Welcome. So today we are going to look at the topic called force. Today we are going to look at the topic called force. Today being the date 17th of March. So force, we have used force in different ways or in different applications in life situations. So for example, we have, for instance, we have this chalk here and we have a duster here. So we find that when in application of force on the one side of this duster, we find that the duster will move with a lot of ease on the chair because you have placed rollers. So these rollers have been used to reduce the force. Then when we look at these two differences, when we use this duster here, we find that it will be quite hard for this duster to move on the surface. But when you place these chalks, they act as rollers, so they reduce the amount of force applied in moving the duster. So in line with that, we are going to look at what is force. At first, force is a pull or a push. So force is a pull or a push. So when you push something, you will apply the force. That one is a push. Then a pull is also force. So when I pull or I push this object, that means that I will apply the force on this object. Then we have the effects of force of an object. At first, the SI unit of force is Newton. SI unit of force is SI unit of force is equals to Newton. When it's written in a single letter, it is supposed to be in capital. But when you write it in full, you write it in small letters. When you write this way, you will be wrong. It should not be written this way, but this way. So this one is wrong, this one is correct, this one is correct. Also, when you write this way, as a simple form of force, as the SI unit, this one is very wrong. So force is simplified, is represented by the capital F, whereby you can represent it in an arrow form, whereby this arrowhead shows the direction where the force is being applied. So this one is force. So from there, we are going to look at the effects of force on an object. Like for instance, I started by giving you an example whereby I used this duster and I used this chalk as the rollers. So we found that there is a difference between the amount of force applied to this duster compared to this duster directly compared to the duster using the rollers. You find that when I place the chalks and use them as rollers, you will find that little amount of force will be needed in order to move this duster. But when the rollers, these chalks are removed, will make the duster to move with a lot of hardness, thus requiring a lot of force. So we have some of the effects of force on an object. So the first thing we have makes stationary objects start moving or increase the speed of the object. You'll find that force has effect of making stationary objects to start moving or increase the speed of the object. For instance, when this duster is here, it is in the stationary point. When we say stationary, the object is just at the same position and it's not moving. So when I apply force to this end, you'll find that the duster will do what? The duster will move. So that's the effect of force, which makes the stationary object start moving or increase the object. So for instance, when this object is moving, and it maybe is moving at a certain speed rate, we find that when I apply force on this moving object, we find that the speed will increase. Another effect of force is that it slows down or stops moving object. For instance, when this object is moving in this direction and force is applied on the other end, you will find that this object will be forced to stop. For instance, here is the example. Assume this duster is moving in this direction and force is coming from this direction. We find that this object will have to reduce the speed or will have to stop. Then next you have to change the direction of a movement.